Hello friends and good evening. Today is 15th March 2019 and this is Daily Current Affairs brought to you by Ekam IAS. And our topics are West Nile virus or West Nile fever, Indian Energy Modeling Forum, India-US Strategic Security Dialogue, Young Global Leader for 2019 and our usual sessions, MapEdu program and PQRS. And our very first news is about the West Nile virus and West Nile fever. Recently, a 7-year-old boy from the northern Kerala, specifically Malappuram district, infected with West Nile fever. So, West Nile fever is a very rare disease in India. It is reported in very few cases in states like Madhya Pradesh, Assam and West Bengal, in very few cases, a very few number of cases. So, it is a rare disease in India, but it is very common in the United States and all. Anyway, recently, a 7-year-old boy from Kerala was reported with the West Nile fever, and the West Nile fever is a viral infection spread by the Culex mosquitoes. Culex mosquito is the vector for the West Nile fever. And coming to the virus, West Nile virus is a single-stranded RNA virus. It is a single-stranded RNA virus. And in the case of West Nile fever, almost 80% of infections, people are without any symptoms. So, few or very symptoms are there for the majority of people infected with West Nile virus. But in the remaining 20%, there may be symptoms like fever, headache, vomiting and rash. So, in majority of the cases, there might not be visible symptoms for this particular disease. And also, the mode of transmission is like bird, mosquito, bird. This is the picture in which you can see the birds. Birds are the host. Birds are the host for West Nile virus. When a mosquito bites the bird, the mosquito got infected, and when the same mosquito bites humans or animals, we got infected and also animals. And it is a cyclic process. The infected mosquito gives disease to the birds, and the infected birds gives to mosquitoes, and thereby there to humans and animals. So, and I told you it's a bird mosquito bird transmission cycle. From bird to mosquito and from mosquito to bird, it's like a cyclic process. Till now, there is no vaccine found out to prevent the disease or no medications to treat the West Nile virus. And in most of the cases, most of the people recover without any treatment. This is a simple disease. In 90% of the cases, people recover without treatment. It may take some weeks to months, but the people may recover without any treatment. And there are no vaccines. There are no vaccines, also no medications for the treatment. But in some cases, the West Nile virus may cause encephalitis or the brain inflammation in some infected people. So, in a very few cases, the disease goes like brain inflammation and all. And as part of the West Nile virus, the Union Health Ministry sent a team to inspect about this particular virus in Malappuram district of Kerala. Okay, and the news is about the West Nile virus. It is a single-stranded RNA virus causing the West Nile fever. In 80% of the cases, there might not be any symptoms, but in 20% there may be headache, vomiting, rash, etc. And the primary host for this West Nile virus are birds, and it spreads like bird, mosquito, bird in a transmission cyclic process. Till now, there is no vaccine, no medications to cure the West Nile virus, and usually the disease recur without the person affected with this disease recur without any treatment. But in some cases, it may cause brain encephalitis or brain inflammation, which may be deadly. And our next news is about the India Energy Modeling Forum, and this is in news because the first workshop on the India Energy Modeling Forum was held, and this is considered to be a platform for experts and policy makers to study the important energy and environmental issues. So, this India Energy Modeling Forum is considered to be a platform for the policymakers and experts to study the energy and environmental issues, and it also envisaged as a key platform for debating ideas and discussing the India's energy future. The program is organized by the Niti Aayog in collaboration with the United States Agency for the International Development, that is USAID. As the name suggests, we know what is the meaning of aid. As the name suggests, USAID is an independent agency of the United Nations, mainly responsible for administering the foreign aid and developmental assistance. So, news is about the India Energy Modeling Forum. The first workshop of India Energy Modeling Forum was held, and it is organized by the Niti Aayog and the United States Agency for International Development, USAID. It is an agency of the United States for administering the foreign aid and developmental assistance. And the Indian Energy Modeling Forum is a platform for experts and policy makers to study the important energy and environmental issues. And our next news is about the India-US Strategic Security Dialogue. Recently, the New Delhi and Washington decided to or agreed to build 6 nuclear power plants in India. 6 nuclear power plants in various parts of India. And the decision was made under the 9th round of the India-US Strategic Security Dialogue. So, the India and US agreed to build 6 nuclear power plants on the sidelines of the 9th round of or as the conclusion of the 9th round of India-US Strategic Security Dialogue, which was held in Washington. And usually the dialogue was held in the alternative capitals like Washington and New Delhi, etc. And coming to the relationship between India and US. During the Cold War era, we were more inclined towards our all-weather friend Russia, that is USSR, and we are not close to the United States. But now we are in strategic relationship with United States. The main 2 significant pillars of this strategic relationship or strategic partnership with US is the India-US Defense Framework Agreement, which was signed in 2005, and the US-India Civil Nuclear Deal, which was signed in 2008, also termed as the 123 Agreement. And these 2 agreements improved the relationship between India and US, and we are now in strategic partnership. And the main one is the Civil Nuclear Deal of 2008. After the particular Civil Nuclear Deal 2008, the Nuclear Supplies Group, in which the US is a key player, that gives special waiver status to India, enabling us to sign cooperation agreements with a dozen of countries or number of countries. And other than US, we have signed civil nuclear cooperation agreement with countries like France, Russia, Canada, Argentina, Australia, Sri Lanka, UK, Japan, Bangladesh, Vietnam, Kazakhstan and South Korea. So, the agreement, civil nuclear deal is considered to be a great success in collaborating India with the other countries, other 12 countries other than the US in signing the nuclear cooperation agreements. So, news is about the India-US Strategic Security Dialogue. The 9th edition of Strategic Security Dialogue was held in Washington, and as a decision, we and US agreed to make 6 nuclear power plants in India, and now the US and India are in strategic partnership. The 2 main agreements that goes to the strategic partnership are India-US Defense Framework 2005 and the US-India Nuclear Deal 2008, also called as the 123 Agreement. And the 123 Agreement made us a status of special waiver from Nuclear Supplies Group, in which US is a key player. And after the particular agreement, the India signed some nuclear deals with a dozen of countries, including the UK, Japan, Australia, Canada, Argentina, Vietnam, South Korea, etc. And our next news is about the Young Global Leader for 2019. We are very proud that World Economic Forum recognized the Andhra Pradesh IT Minister Nara Lokesh and the Xiaomi India head Manukumar Jain among the list of Young Global Leaders for 2019. And the Young Global Leader for 2019 is launched by the World Economic Forum in the year 2004. What is the criteria for to be selected as a Young Global Leader? It comprises, the Young Global Leader is a list which comprises the world's most promising social activists, business leaders, political leaders, public servants, artists, technologists under the age of 40. So, they are choosing the most dynamic and promising social activists, political leaders and public servants, technologists, etc. under the age of 40. In this year, 127 people are selected to be the Young Global Leader. in which 3 are from India. One is the Andhra Pradesh IT Minister Nara Lokesh, Xiaomi India Head Manu Kumar Jain, and the Member of Parliament Poonam Mahajan. Okay, that's all about the Young Global Leader for 2019. It is organized or launched by the World Economic Forum to select the world's most promising people under the age of 40 under all walks of the life. And our next session is the MAPEDU program. On MAPEDU program, we have the Uruzgan province or Uruzgan province. Recently, the US airstrike wiped out the Afghan army base in the Uruzgan province, specifically in the Tirinkot. Tirinkot is the capital or the capital of the Uruzgan province. It is believed to be a mistake by the US, but not confirmed. Anyway, that's not our issue. And we are going to study about the Uruzgan province. Uruzgan province, I already told you the capital of Uruzgan province is the Tirinkot, and it is among the 34 provinces of Afghanistan. We know that Afghanistan have 34 provinces. Uruzgan is one among the 34 provinces, and you can see the location of Uruzgan. You can see Baluchi Valley, Uruzgan there, Uruzgan. Also, Uruzgan is at the almost in the center of the Afghanistan, which is located in the central Afghanistan region. It is in the central Afghanistan region. So, Uruzgan is in news because the US airstrike wiped out an Afghan army camp in the Tirinkot in Uruzgan. Almost 5 soldiers were killed. Anyway, and the Tirinkot is the capital of the Uruzgan province. Uruzgan is one among the 34 provinces in Afghanistan, which is located in the Uruzgan is located in the central Afghanistan region. And our final session, PQRS, in which we have a question from 2012 Prelims Economy. Consider the following statements. The price of any currency in international market is decided by Statement 1, World Bank. Statement 2, demand for goods and services provided by a country. Statement 3, stability of the government of the concerned country. Statement 4, economic potential of the country in question. And which of the statement given above is or are correct? A, 1, 2, 3, 4, B, 2 and 3 only, C, 3 and 4 only, D, 1 and 4 only. And the question asked about the foreign exchange. We know it is about the price of any currency in international market. The question is simply asking about the foreign exchange rate. So, we know that the foreign exchange rates are mainly determined by the market forces, supply and demand. Coming to the statements. Statement 1, World Bank. World Bank has no relation with the exchange rate. Statement 2, demands for the goods and services provided by the country concerned. Is that right? Yes. The demands for the goods and services provided by a country influences the exchange rate. For example, in Australia we know Australia is a gold-rich country. When the price of the gold is increased, the exchange rate of Australian dollar is also increased. Same as in the case of Canadian dollar. Canadian dollar have a positive correlation with the oil. When the price of oil is increased, then the exchange rate of Canadian dollar is also increased. Thus, the statement 2 is right. Demand for goods and services provided by the country concerned. The statement 2 is right. The demand for commodities or services may influence the exchange rate. So, the statement 2 is right and the 1 is wrong. So, 1 is wrong. Thus, we can omit 2 options, that is 1, 2, 3, 4 option A and option D 1 and 4 only. Now, we are only left with 2 options, that is B 2 and 3 only and C 3 and 4 only. In C, there is no statement 2, that is statement 2 is right, but it is not in the answer. So, the option C is also wrong and the answer will be 2 and 3 only. Anyway, coming to the third statement, the stability of government of the concerned country. Will the stability of the government in the concerned country affect the exchange rate? Yes. If a country is in good political condition or having a stable government, it may influence the exchange rate or the price of any currency in the international market. So, the statement 3 is also right. And coming to the statement 4, economic potential of the country, no, that is not involved in the exchange rate. Okay. So, the statements 2 and 3 are right and the answer for the question is B 2 and 3 only. Other than these two, some Other factors which influence the exchange rate are interest rate changes, change of interest rate in a country, unemployment and inflation, and the gross domestic product, and also the manufacturing data. Other than these two, these factors also influence the exchange rate. I hope you got the answer. So the answer for the question is option B, 2 and 3 only. So that's all for today, and thank you so much for watching. For detailed news and explanation, you can refer to the PDF which is available in the description section. Keep watching, like, share and comment below. Thank you so much. Good night.